Good morning, all of you. So today we are going to study the next point of this topic: metals, semiconductors, and ceramic superconductors. Now this is the next point: properties of metallic solids. Last lecture we have seen types of the solids. There are totally two types of the solids. One is called as the amorphous solids, and second is crystalline solids. That is amorphous solids does not possesses that is a fixed position of the atoms, means no regular geometric patterns. And if you are taken crystalline solids, they can always possesses their regular geometric patterns. The atoms, that is constituents of atoms, are that is regular. They can be given in the lattice points, and therefore these are called as the crystalline solids. Now, crystalline solids again possesses four types. One is called as molecular solids. Again, second will be covalent solids, ionic solids. Again, last will be metallic solids. Now, when we have taken solid that is metallic, they are most important because of free electrons in case of metallic solids, and due to presence of free electrons in case of metallic solids, here the properties of metallic solids can be studied. Now totally the properties they can be given as, now here first property as concerned that is this will be crystal structure. Crystal structure is the first property. Second will be that is metallic luster. Metallic luster is the second property. Now again third property can be taken as concerned to electrical and thermal conductivity. Electrical and thermal conductivity. Again you can say here that malleability and ductility. Again they can be possesses high melting point, high MP and BP boiling points. Now they can be possesses that is high density. Again they can be possesses immiscibility. They can be possesses that is elasticity. And again they can be possesses alloy formation. Now these are the 9 properties as concerned to that is metallic solids. Now metallic solids they can be consist of the atoms, and these atoms they can be surrounded by the bunch of mobile electrons, or it is also called as the sea of mobile electrons, and therefore these electrons and positively charged metal ions they can be attracted towards each other, and that force is called as the metallic bond. Now generally metallic bonding is present in case of metallic solids, and therefore they can be shown as all types of the structures, and all the structures these are due to presence of the electrons. When you have taken that is crystal structure, it can be possesses that is arrangements as concerned to atoms. They can be embedded in the sea of mobile electrons. And totally what happens here? 3 types of the structures are present. One you can say phase-shifted cubic structures, means FCC structure can be taken. And when you have taken FCC, that time totally what happens here? The structure can be drawn as regular phase-centered cubic structures. Now when you have taken phase-centered cubic structure, this can be drawn as like here. You should join totally these corners. Again you should join the centers. The centers of here, this cube can be joined. Now again you should join the centers here. You should join these centers. Again here centers can be taken. Now this structure generally is called as the face-centered cubic structures. Now this is the face-centered cubic structures. Now alternate alignment of the, you can say, positively charged metal ions and negatively charged electrons, they can be taken in case of these structures. Now this structure is like the face-centered NaCl structures. Now this is called as the face-centered. Now again cubical structure can be taken when you have taken body-centered cubic structures BCC. Now this structure can be taken as to the cube. Now when you have taken this is the cube, here central one atom can be surrounded by other 8 atoms. That is, you can say here that this will be the central atom. If you have taken body-centered cubic structures, this can be drawn as to here. This is the central atom. It can be surrounded by totally 8 ions. If we have taken the CSCl structures, CSCl is a body-centered cubic structure. Centrally, this is the CS plus ion, which is surrounded by the 8 Cl minus ions. Hence, it is called as the body-centered cubic structures. Now, generally, these body-centered cubic structures, face-centered cubic structures, again, hexagonal closed packed structures. It is called as the HCP structures. HCP structures means hexagonal closed packed structures. There is 2 hexagons, they can be attached to each other and structure becomes, that is the packed structures. Means we have taken this should be 1 hexagon. You can say here that this should be 1 hexagon. Now again this hexagon, how this can be drawn? This can be drawn as like here. Now these points can be taken. If you have taken the structures, here are the points, here second, here. That is, these are the 6 interstitial sites. And again, totally what happens here, if you have taken that is these 2. Again, here this can be attached. Here they can be, these 2 sides can be again taken. Now this we should attach here, and again what happens here, we should attach these points. Now this becomes as a hexagon and this is a closed pattern. Now this can be also attached. If you have taken these centers can be attached, and again here such points can be attached. It is called the hexagonal closed packed structures, and this will be taken. Such structures can be shown by the metallic solids, and therefore totally these are the structures. Again metallic cluster. Now metallic cluster is nothing but the metals, they can be possesses metal ions and 3 electrons, and due to 3 electrons when light can be pulsed, they can be absorb the energy. They go to the excited state, and when they go to the excited state, totally they can be shown as shining, and this shining it is called as the metallic clusters, and it is due to presence of 3 electrons. Again should provide us electrical and thermal conductivity. Now when you have taken electrical and thermal conductivity, this property can be also explained with the help of, that is 3 electrons. Metals possesses 3 electrons, and therefore due to presence of 3 electrons from one end to another end, the conduction can take place, and this conduction is called as the electrical conduction. Electricity can be passed from one end, this will be go to another end, and it is called as the electrical conduction. Again thermal conductivity can be explained as concerned the metals. When we have heated the metals at one end, the another conductivity. Now again, malleability and ductility. Malleability means here when we have taken as a metal rods, it can be expanded without cracking. Means interfacially what happens here? There is a presence of, that is you can say, alternate arrangement of the metal ions. You can say these are the metal ions. Again here electrons are present. Now again metal ions. That is there are rows of the metal ions, electrons, and therefore totally what happens here? When we have applied the pressures as concerned to metal rods, it can be expanded without breaking. It becomes metal sheet-like structures. Hence it is called as the malleability. That is rod can be expanded into sheet-like structures without breaking due to presence of interfacially positively charged metal ions, negatively charged electrons. Hence it is called as the malleability. And ductility means opposite to this. When you have taken metal rod, this can be converted into wire-like structures. That is, metal rod is converted into wire-like structures without breaking. It is called as the ductility. Now this ductility can be taken again should come to what that is high melting point and boiling points. Now high melting point and boiling point they can be explained due to presence of the, you can say here that the metal ions and electrons they are closely related to the strong electrostatic force of attraction, and this force is called as the metallic bonds. It is also called as the Coulombic force. This force is very strong, and to overcome, to break the bonds between the positively charged metal ions and electrons, very high amount of energy can be required, and hence energy will be required as high, temperature required as high. Then these are called as the high melting point and boiling points. Now again should come to what is density. Now when we are going to take the density, that time density can be explained as concerned, that is you can say all the metal ions when you have taken there is a closely packed structure is present. Means if you have taken positively charged metal ions, negatively charged electron, both will be closely packed in case of the metals. Therefore what happens here? There is no gap. Means high density they can be possesses. Again emissivity. Now when we have taken as a emissivity means here totally what happens? When we have heated the metal rods, that time what happens here? The metal rod can be heated, and totally what happens here? It can be used free electrons after applying the pressures, and this process is called as the emissivity. And totally what happens here? This emissivity is also called as the thermionic reactions. Means by heating. But sometimes what happens here? Metal rods, when you are taken the light, that time it can be absorb the energy, and it can be used shining. This process can be explained in the photoelectric effect. This photoelectric effect can be obtained by light falls on the metals. Now again should take the elasticity. Elasticity is nothing but when we have taken as concerned the metal rods, here high force is applied, there is no breakdown can take place due to presence of positively charged metals, negatively charged electrons. Totally both can be held together by strong electrostatic force of attraction. Means it possesses high stress without breaking. It is called as the elasticity. Now again you should take alloy formations. Now alloy formation can be taken. Alloy formation, this can be explained as if you have taken the metal ions. In case of metal ions, totally the superior element can be deposited. It can be coated. Coating can take place with the you can say rough metals, and it can be enhanced. It can be increases the properties in the form of the superior forms. If we have taken as a, you can say here that the simple metals, gold can be coated. Totally the value can be increases, and therefore due to formation of the alloy is nothing but superior metal can be coated on the simple metals, which can be increases the value of the metals. It is called as the alloy formation. It will be most important property and shown by the, we can say here that all the metals, and therefore all these properties are very important, and these properties are due to presence of, you can say, positively charged electrons, negatively charged electrons. Today we will stop here. Next lecture we will continue theories of bonding in metals.